Welcome to this lesson in Clone My Business. With your services set up, together with your sales system in place, now is the time where you need to learn a secret that every successful business knows. This secret is responsible for huge growth and increased profits. The secret is responsible for business owners being able to trim down their own hours and even withdraw completely from the day-to-day operations. Sound too good to be true? Well, it's not. It can be summed up in one word, and it is not sexy. Systems. It can be summed up in one word, systems, or SOPs, standard operating procedures, right? Anytime you hear me or any other business owner talking about SOPs, that's what they're talking about. The fancy checklist that every business follows. So the most successful businesses in the world follow a set of systems or operating procedures that they've created. Now, I know that the example has been beat to death a ridiculous amount of time, but its systems are what allow empires like McDonald's to be as huge as they are and in as many countries as they are. They've got such an efficient system in place that they can set up a new restaurant in Mexico City, for example, and then have a teenage kid make the same hamburger that you would find in Kansas or New York or Tokyo. It's astounding. I mean, if you think about it, their systems are so dialed in, they can have restaurants run literally by teenagers because they are just following a set of checklists, right? A set system. So let me illustrate this a little bit further. I can't stress how important it is to have great systems because when we were, and I know this now, I have my own personal witness of this because when we were living in Cozumel, let's see, in 2014, I think is when it was, I got pretty sick. It was August or September, which is really rainy there. And when the rain comes out, that's when the mosquitoes come out. And so I was out of it for a week. I'm pretty sure that I got dengue fever, which comes from our little friendly mosquito friend. So I was out for an entire week, and I could barely even lift my laptop, let alone get any work done. And pretty much that whole week was a blur. I pretty much laid on my bed with the fan blasting on me and, like a wet washcloth on my forehead. Luckily, I have a great team in place, and of course, we'll talk about this more coming up. And I have good systems set up. Because I took the time to set up a work process, the work itself went on even though I myself wasn't doing anything. And this is, of course, what allows me to work as little or as much as I want to. Like, I'm flexible. Because of this, I can jump in and work a little bit more, or I can dial it back. So summertime, when the kids are home, honestly, I work a little bit less so that I can spend more time with them. Whereas in fall and winter, school's back in, I tend to work a bit harder. So having a system in place is what allows for you to take off on vacation whenever you want, or to hang out with your kids in the middle of the day, or to go golfing, or whatever it is. Basically, it's the entire point of why you built the business in the first place. So this is a key piece of information that I want to share with you because it is what allows you to separate your making money from your time. It's something that every successful person knows that they have to do, and this is one of the key ways to do it. So having a great system in place is what will allow your company to grow and for you to truly be on top of it. Instead of down in the trenches in the middle of it all, you can really actually be on top of it because you've taken the time, you've front-loaded the work at the beginning to then be able to relax later. And I show this picture of Kate because it wasn't too long after setting up her agency, and she took, the concept of setting up systems very seriously. She was able to take off on a 7-week vacation. So this is something that she had never done before at a job. And this is yet another reason why I love sharing the information in this course, because it frees up people like you and me to do fun stuff because we can set up a cool business that helps business owners with their digital marketing needs. Is something that they desperately need so that they can get in touch with their customers and they're happy, and then we're happy because it provides a fantastic lifestyle for us. So it's a win across the board. One of the reasons why I love sharing this stuff. But it all goes back to this. Your system is what drives your business. So the key to growing your business lies in your ability to create a system, your SOPs. It doesn't have to be near anything what McDonald's has. In fact, basically, it can just start off with like a checklist. That's the easiest of all task management systems, is just a fancy checklist. If you had nothing but a clipboard, a pen and paper, that's a fantastic head start. So when it boils down to it, your systems or your SOPs, really, they're nothing more than a very detailed checklist. It doesn't matter if it's a binder, if it's in something like Asana or Monday, and we'll talk about that later, or Google Docs, whatever it is. It just needs to be a set list of work that gets done. It makes up the guts of your business. It's the engine on which everything runs. So we need to clarify one thing. Your most important job as a business owner is to drive revenue. The best, most predictable way of doing that is to have good systems in place. This includes sales and services and staffing, all of the 5 S's that I'm talking about, right? And you're probably going to get sick of me saying it before the end of the course, but it's that important. And I say it here because this is your guiding motivation to create a system from the very beginning. Bottom line, if you want to scale up, if you want to make more money and also remove yourself from the day-to-day of the business, then you need to create systems. Now, I think I've said systems about a total of 1,000 times in this 2-minute video, but it's that important. Systems, SOPs. If you have any questions or comments, post them below. Let me know, or send me an email. Let me know. I'm happy to help. I want to make sure that this works for you and that you understand this.